Caitlyn Clark was on fire against the Phoenix Mercury.
Clark is coming off the masterful night and starts us off strong here.
But guess who wasn't having it? Taurasi, sidelined with an injury, couldn't hold back her frustration as Clark roasted her team. Did the rookie rattle the legend? Did Clark just explode onto the scene in a way that changes the WNBA forever? Let's break down this historic moment and dive into the madness. The scene at Footprint Center in Phoenix was electric. Caitlyn Clark, fresh out of college, was drafted by the Fever. The matchup against Taurasi, a player Clark practically idolized growing up, was truly sensational. She was eager to prove herself and show the world who's the boss. In the first half, Caitlyn Clark was a scoring and distributing machine. She had 5 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds in just the first quarter. The crowd was going wild for the WNBA superstar, but there was a noticeable absence on the Phoenix bench. Taurasi, the undisputed queen of the WNBA, sidelined with a nagging ankle injury. It felt like Clark had hypnotized the entire arena. Taurasi might have been on the bench with an injury, but she probably wished she was out there battling Clark. There was frustration everywhere. Head coach Vanessa Nygaard called timeouts and clarified instructions, but nothing seemed to stop Clark. But then things got interesting. In the second half, the Mercury came roaring back. The Fever's lead started to melt away like ice cream on a hot day. The offense watched, the defense crumbled, and the Fever forgot how to play basketball. Even superstar Clark got frustrated. At one point, she slammed her fist on the bench. Have you ever seen her so mad? This is the girl who lives for assists, who always has a smile on her face. Now, she was fuming. Guess what? This inconsistency is a huge problem for the Fever. They can't keep having these huge drops in the middle of games. Let's be honest, if they'd choked this lead, the coaching staff might be packing their bags. It was that close. Clark was desperate to make a difference. You could see the burning desire in her eyes to win. But the team just wasn't clicking. It was a tough watch for all of us, especially Clark fans, isn't it? But things reached a boiling point midway through the third quarter. Guess what happened? Indiana Fever got their moves back, with the Fever pulling further ahead. The cameras caught Taurasi on the bench, visibly angry. She slammed her water bottle down, threw her hands up in frustration, and even exchanged heated words with her assistant coaches. The broadcast mics picked up a muffled shout, "Get me back in the damn game!" This outburst sent shockwaves throughout the WNBA. Taurasi, known for her ice-cold demeanor on the court, was cracking under pressure. The commentators were buzzing, fans were tweeting furiously, and the narrative of the game was completely flipped. It wasn't just about the win or loss, it was about a legend on the verge of snapping and the rise of a superstar. The rest of the game was a blur. The Mercury, rattled by Taurasi's outburst and Clark's dominance, fell apart. Despite the earlier meltdown, the Fever managed to hang on and win the game. The fourth quarter was decisive. Caitlyn Clark and the Indiana Fever picked up a 95-86 victory over the Phoenix Mercury. Isn't it sensational? Clark finished with a double-double, 20 points and 13 assists after a grueling 38 minutes. Her energy was relentless, but she wasn't alone. Kelsey Mitchell rained down threes, finishing with 28 points, including a sizzling three-pointer. Alea Boston was a force on the boards, securing another double-double, 21 points, 13 rebounds with a staggering 8 offensive rebounds. Together, they're a nightmare for any defense. Clark distributes the game like a maestro, Mitchell punishes teams from long range, and Boston dominates the boards like a human vacuum cleaner. Their synergy is undeniable, and when they're hot, they're unstoppable. But numbers barely tell the full story. The Fever need to find a way to keep this chemistry flowing for the entire game. This win was crucial for them to stay in the playoff race. Imagine Clark in a best-of-3 playoff series. The pressure, the intensity, it would be insane. We who follow her know she thrives in big moments. But to get there, the Fever needs to solve the consistency issues. They can't keep giving fans these heart attacks with near comebacks. Clark can't carry the team on her back all the time. We saw what happened when the ball stopped finding her. The offense stalls, the defense gets lost, and then it's a recipe for disaster. Curious about the potential contenders? This win shows the Fever have the potential to be dangerous. With Clark, Mitchell and Boston playing at this level, they can give any team a run for their money, but they need to maintain this level for 40 minutes, not just 20. If the Fever can bring this energy for the rest of the season, we might be witnessing the birth of a new title contender. Is it too early to say that? Maybe. But with Clark leading the charge, a Rookie of the Year and a championship run? Hold on a second. Curious about Diana Taurasi? Was her meltdown a sign of things to come? Is this the beginning of the Caitlyn Clark era? Can't wait to hear your expert analysis in the comments below. We're yet to share post-game Diana Taurasi versus Caitlyn Clark. Before Clark entered the league, Taurasi went viral with her "reality is coming" comments regarding the Iowa superstar. She said there's levels to this, explaining that growing pains were on the horizon for the 22-year-old. Caitlyn Clark was literally on fire, dropping dimes, draining threes, and leading the charge for the Fever. But then, Team USA huddled for a post-game meeting and heard it loud and clear from Taurasi. "This shit fucking sucks," she said. "But it's a good reminder we gotta come to play no matter who we are." This seems to be a common theme. Inconsistency can cost you big time, no matter your experience level. But for now, we're witnessing the rise of a star, and it's incredible. Fans have shown high praise for Clark as she leads all rookies in both categories. Taurasi is listed below the first-year star in both points and assists, posting 16.6 points and 2.6 assists per game this season. Despite being arguably the greatest player of all time, Taurasi has been outplayed by a rookie. The bottom line is this: the Fever gotta stay focused. Every win counts. Every performance like this one brings them closer to the playoffs. Here, let's be real, the thought of Clark in the playoffs is electric. Clutch moments, buzzer beaters, she thrives under pressure. Speaking of pressure, her performance in this game has sparked another fire, the Rookie of the Year race. Did you know Angel Reese just nudged her out of the top spot in the rankings? Yeah, you can bet Clark isn't thrilled about that. And knowing her competitive spirit, she's probably using that as fuel every single game. Her ability to take over a game and silence the crowd, even in tough situations, is a scary sight for opposing teams. She has the talent, the confidence, and the swagger to become the next face of the WNBA. This isn't to say that Taurasi is done. Great players have bounced back from setbacks before. The question is, can Taurasi adapt to this new reality, or will she fade away as the new wave of talent like Clark is leading the WNBA? But here's something latest. The Fever and Clark will be back on August 16th at 7:30 p.m. ET, facing off against Phoenix again. Will a healthy Diana Taurasi be back on the court for the Mercury? Coach Tibbetts is optimistic about her return in the next couple of days. This rematch promises to be another nail-biter, and let's see if a healthy Taurasi shuts down Clark this time. Who's gonna win? Curiosity's killing us, and we can't wait to hear from you in the comments below. Hit that like button and subscribe for everything related to track and field as we count down to the Paris Olympics. The ride is just getting started, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Until next time.